The nights go by.
Falling deeper into you now, baby, from my head to my feet. I met an old man back in the day.
Hi, we're back with someone who is extremely supportive of CaSa, and I know Mario has been raving about you because you have a really interesting history just in general, and besides looking gorgeous, and then now I'm hearing you're like just came in town, like where
Just for this.
Really?
Just for this.
Oh my God, that's huge.
That's how much Mario and CaSa mean to me.
Now,
as a bee girl.
Now, yeah, you are a bee girl.
I am.
And you have been a rock star for a while. And tell us about your history.
Well, I think the important thing about the bee girl's relationship with CaSa, and probably a funny story, is that when the bee girls first started, we formed in 1977, one of the seminal years of the whole punk scene around the world. We moved to New York and we were sleeping on the floors, and then we did a show at the Palladium where we opened for the Clash.
Wow.
So,
like when the Palladium was really the Palladium.
the Palladium, yeah, I don't know what it is now.
It's
but
a dorm.
Oh, no. So pre-NYU,
Yeah.
it was a concert hall.
Right, and then it turned into a disco.
Right. Oh, I don't know about that even.
Really?
Yeah,
That was the Palladium.
I left.
So this was in the 70s?
Yeah, I left in the 80s.
Okay.
Yeah, but when we moved to New York, so
Where are you? You're from Canada?
Toronto.
Wow.
Yeah. So the first time I met Mario and Unito, who was his partner at the time in CaSa, this was a squat, by the way, for those of you who don't know what that is. This was an empty, abandoned building with no electricity, no lights. It was, scary. And Mario and Unito were one of the first people who took over a place and brought in electricity. And if you look up at the ceiling,
It looks exactly the same.
Mario's work, he taught me how to drywall, frame and drywall. He's an expert at that. But I think that CaSa is equal to CBGB's as far as being an icon of the Lower East Side and the music scene. One night, Bee Girls were opening for the Dead Boys and the Ramones at CBGB's, and Mario and Unito showed up and said that they had seen us play at the Palladium with the Clash, and I said, oh, great. And then Mario said, yeah, we saw you from under the stage. And I'm like, what? And I was thinking, girls, I'm glad we didn't wear dresses, but their friend lived under the stage at the Palladium. So those were the days in New York, that's how it was then.
So that's not even like living in the subways.
No, he had an apartment, a full apartment under the stage.
At the Palladium.
And there was like a hole that you could look up and you could see the bands. So through that, Mario and Unito came to CBGB's and said, listen, we have this rehearsal studio, we'll give you free time, we'll be your roadies, we'll give you equipment.
So it was love at first sight.
Oh, yeah. So we came down here, and the first afternoon, it was kind of like a sunny afternoon like this. By the way, I thought it was 4 a.m., not 4 p.m. that we were doing this, because that's when it would have been in the old days.
Yeah, in the old days it would have been, definitely.
And we were carrying our guitars, and Mario said, you what? You came here, 4 girls with these guitars? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh my God, you can't do that. And people can't imagine that.
It was dangerous.
It was dangerous.
It was.
So they taught us how to say no jodas mas, don't fuck with me, and
say it again.
No jodas mas.
Jolas?
Yeah.
No jolas mas.
Right.
No jolas mas. See what you learned
So
saving
don't
CaSa.
do that. But I'm so happy that it's still here. I want to support
Which
it.
room did you rehearse in first?
Right here.
This room,
Right
the main
here.
room,
Yeah.
exactly. Studio A.
I didn't even know there was another studio.
There's the little room back there.
Oh yeah, well they didn't have that. That was just the place that Mario and Unito used to jump up and down and say, Bee Girls! Bee Girls.
He loves the Bee Girls. He's so thrilled that you're here.
Yeah.
So what are you doing these days?
I'm still playing music.
In Canada?
No, in New York.
Oh,
I'm in
okay.
a band called New York Junk.
Oh yeah, I know New York
Yeah.
junk, of course.
So we play with Phil Schoenfeld.
So, but you live in Canada, you commute?
I commute. I live in New York and I work in Canada.
You do? So how frequently do you go back and forth?
About every 6 weeks.
You're 6 weeks there or 6 weeks here?
6 weeks there. I work a regular job
In Canada?
in Canada.
Wow. How often does New York junk play?
Once every 6 weeks because they
Right.
can't play without me.
Right, exactly. Wow.
Yeah.
So does New York junk ever rehearse here?
We have rehearsed here.
Yeah?
Yeah, we love it. It feels like Joe's basement, which is where we record.
Right.
And, you know, for those of you who haven't been to CaSa, it's one of the few remaining places that actually feel like the true New York Lower East Side
Yeah.
and have that energy and that feeling in here. You can walk in here, the equipment's good,
Yeah.
the vibe is good.
It is. I know. I love this place.
Unpretentious. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
you can't find a lot of that
No.
anymore. So, what's going on? When is your next gig? Do you know?
Yes, we're doing a benefit for pancreatic cancer at the Bowery Electric on October the 14th with Walter Moore, the Blessed.
It's a Sunday.
It's a Sunday, and it's for our friend Brad, who was in the Blessed, the drummer, who is currently battling pancreatic cancer.
And I just heard about someone the other day that has it also.
Right,
Yeah,
and it's a really scary thing. So
it is.
yeah, and Degeneration, they play
Nice.
us and the Weapons. So
Wow, that's awesome.
yeah.
Wow. So on our show, we do like to get a skeleton from your closet. So it is National White Chocolate Day. CyNThia, can you share a good? We have white chocolate cookies, white chocolate morsels. You can take your pick. What good juicy skeleton can you share with us?
I could pick from a number.
Good.
So
I like that.
I'm not sure which one.
Oh, it's something that you're happy about saying.
Okay. I was engaged to Stiff Vaders.
Oh, and what happened?
We just ended it, but we lived at the Chelsea Hotel
Oh,
with
wow.
Sid and Nancy, and yeah,
Did you ever have fun parties with them?
yeah.
Yeah? Can you tell us a story?
Well, we did this New York cable show that I think is online. It was about 3 months before Nancy died. And every day Nancy would get up and go to work, which I think was dancing somewhere, uptown. And Sid would come to our room, and actually he was pretty normal, polite,
I always have heard only nice things
wanted
about him.
tea, sweet guy.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all I've ever heard about Sid.
Yeah.
That vicious was like a joke almost when he got the name because they
Yeah.
needed him to be more vicious.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
That's all I've ever heard.
Very polite, very sweet.
Aww.
Yeah. So on that video, if you actually watch it and you look at how we're sitting from left to right, if you're facing,
And how do you find the video? What's it
it's
listed
on
under?
New York cable TV. Sid, Nancy, CyNThia, and Stiv.
Nice.
Everybody died in the order that they're sitting.
Yeah, how come you're so healthy?
I'm here.
I know, and you're so together, like,
Yeah, I survived.
Yeah.
I'm a survivor, so
I understand.
Yeah,
Wow, good for you.
yeah,
Will you eat white chocolate?
yeah.
All right, which
Yeah.
kind do you want?
I'm gonna go for the pure.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go. And do you have a website? Like, how do people find you? Because you have a lot going on all the
New
time.
York Junk is on Facebook.
Okay.
I'm on Facebook.
Right.
And we try not to overplay in New York, but we're playing in Prague, Dresden, and Berlin in
Wow.
February with Phil.
How exciting!
Mhm.
Have you played over there before?
3 times.
Wow.
We love it.
That's great. And it's all like people go crazy. They
And
love
you get
it, right?
paid.
Yeah. You gotta leave New York to get paid.
Yeah.
I know.
Actually,
See?
on
So
that
should
note,
CaSa leave New York to get paid?
No.
Exactly.
Actually, no.
No.
On that note, I was thinking about, how many times I fly down here to play gigs that I don't get paid for. And
People don't understand why we do it. I mean, I know my family ridicules me all the time. What, they just don't get it. What is, it's in our DNA or
yeah,
something.
it's our soul.
I know, we
Yeah,
can't help
have
it.
to do it. Have to do
Exactly.
it.
Or else we have to come open for you in Prague and Berlin and all those places, right?
Exactly.
Wow, that's awesome. So you're going to sit around with us for the rest of the day, right?
Yes.
And see who's going to show up to save to CaSa.
Mhm.
And you can chit-chat all day long here.
Okay.
All right, we'll
I
be
got
back.
more stories.
Good. All right, we'll be back with CyNThia Ross. Yes, on to CaSa Day.
Said, "Woo, you're gonna be a wise one."